Okay.
Alright, cool. Here we are.
We solved the riddle of the thing that was wherever the hole was. Was that the last thing we did? I can't even remember.
Yes, the riddle of the thing where the hole was.
You couldn't figure out how to get the stupid thing in the corner, and we spent 3 hours trying to figure out how to get the thing in the corner in the sewer downstairs.
Let's take the elevator.
Are we not introducing this episode?
No, we are not.
Do we ever?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Spoiler Warning, the show where we spend a long time on one level.
Yeah.
Literal months. Literal months.
Well, if you think about it, it's been decades. Maybe not decades. What's the time in between? 7 years?
They're about.
I think it's 3.
We've
Really?
spent
That's it?
3 years
That can't
on
be
this
right.
level.
Whatever happens seems to be centered at some focal point.
Whoa. That was not what I wanted to do. I accidentally rebound what this was.
Bees.
Oh, there's a guy here.
Now I have to hurt you.
Did he see us?
Shouldn't have come.
He's the possessed guy, right? From the bees?
Are you gone?
Yeah, I wonder if that counts, because I didn't see, is it statistics? Spotted by
Now
enemies.
you're concerned?
Oh, well.
Have we done a full stealth run yet?
Nope.
I don't think we have.
Why should we try at this point?
Fun.
Too stressful.
You know, this just makes me want honey. Honey made from the blood
I
of the innocent,
know!
but honey.
I think about honey every time I
Honey
see the
made
blood
from
fly
the
things
blood
too.
of the innocent.
Well, how do you think they make that honey? They're blood flies.
Do they make honey?
All that amber you're picking up, all the nectar. Alex
that
was
in
saying
the
she wants it
lore?
too. I don't know. I'm
I
assuming
think
that
that's
there's
in
honey.
the deep lore.
There's a bone charm over here. What is this? Really need some decent bone charms. Oh. They're making some planned extensions, but they never did, because Aramis went nuts. Oh, more of you guys. Got beat up and take your bloody honey.
Well, when you put it that way, it just sounds gross.
Isn't blood and honey a thing? Isn't that like an expansion for something?
Blood and
The
wine.
phrase
Blood
For
and
Witcher 3.
wine is, yeah.
I mean, just because it doesn't exist now doesn't mean it won't ever.
revolver, blood and honey, beer. Okay, that's I guess where I know that from. There's also an Angelina Jolie movie, In the Land of Blood and Honey.
What am I doing?
Ooh.
Budget 13 million, box office 1.1 million. Ugh.
Ooh, that's, what happened there?
I have no idea.
Oh, interesting. I moved the elevator in the timeline, so canonically, I'm the last person to use it. So that means we just need to get up into there. Or maybe I didn't. I don't remember where it was before. Come on. Can I not? Do I need to actually seriously go to the other place?
The other place. The Upside Down.
So I think I did this level backwards.
What
Or
is
maybe
the-
in a weird way. Because, like, it's kind of confusing to watch you guys do it. Because there's, like, I think there's a bunch of different ways you can get to the end, right? And...
Yeah.
what happened... Well, it's not completely backwards, but I got to the guy at the end. And I stepped right, like, in front of him, and he didn't do anything. And I just took the key, because you need to take the key from him. And then I walked away, and it was fine. And I'm not sure how you're supposed to do it.
You can do that. That's fine.
Normally you have to
That's
sneak
not a
past
big
him,
deal.
and it's a pain because in, I think, the past there's all the dogs he has to protect him, and in the present I think it's
No, it's just a bunch of
something else.
people. Why did I miss
The
that? room?
zombies.
Is it the zombies in the present?
I think so,
Yeah,
yes.
zombies in the
Zombie
present.
dogs.
There's a rune over there. We don't care about that. All right. What else is there? I feel like there's something cool in the room that's a library.
So, I mean, while you're doing this, I think it's cool to point out I haven't played this level in forever, so I'm not thinking about it spatially, I'm just watching you play. But, I do dig that this level is way less about dodging Menial guards and more about figuring out, like, the dual spatialities you have here to go back and forth between.
Yeah.
Because as you're walking around, you sort of have to know intimately that what is going on in both rooms at each time. I love at the beginning of the season we were just firing like flame arrows, and now just screw it. We're just gonna.
It's faster. They don't seem to care that much. They hadn't even attacked me. Oh man, triggering that thing up and down every time I try to pick something up is real great. I don't think there's anything interesting down here.
In this time period.
And not really in the other time period either. I guess there's this.
You're on a mountain of sand.
Or if there's anything in here. Nope.
It's a good hiding place if you ever got spotted, though.
That is true.
Can you imagine designing this level, or like, from a level designer perspective, not just like as a game design exercise, but from an optimization perspective, where you have a hard poly
Yeah.
count, and you need to be like basically cutting your hard poly count in half, because at any point they can pull up that stupid crystal and render the other version of the scene. So you have to not only make sure that you're rendering your proper poly count, but that the combined poly count from both views at any point in any angle is within the limit of what you're going for the frame rate. That's intense.
And the greatest part about it is, like, I can't tell.
No, it feels as complicated as any other level in this game. Well, maybe not the machine manner, but that's a special case manner that feels ridiculous.
What is going on in here?
What do you think happened there?
Aramis Stilton.
Somebody was having
Just
a
straight
serious
up.
conversation with a mannequin head.
Like, is this his wife's room or something? There's the mannequin head, so...
He doesn't have a wife.
Mistress.
I know there's a way to get in there,
mannequin
but I don't
friend.
remember what it is.
The mannequin mistress.
You can look in the peephole, that might give you a clue.
Mannequinistress. I know there's a way to get in there too, but I don't remember how to get in there either.
Look in the pee-pee hole!
Alright, Campster, I'm looking in its pee-pee hole now. I see stuff.
Thank you.
Good. Top-notch quality commentary right here.
Look,
We've gone
I'm working.
blue.
Damn it! Is there a way up from here, maybe?
Maybe. I feel like it's
You
on
know,
the outside. Oh,
if-
I know
if
what
the-
I need to do. There's one lady out here. Yeah. The handbook for new miners. Well,
Do you do the thing where if you see food, you have to eat it in the game? You can't leave the food. Even if you're at full health?
They must be hiding.
I do
You didn't let it fall.
eat. Well, it fell in the time, so I did let it fall. I just went really far after it fell, basically. Oh, there's a painting here to get. Go away.
I do like this
Go away
mechanic.
from the past. Ah, they saw
Well-
me. Oh no. Huh, that's weird.
He went to the future, he did! That's why I don't do accents.
Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted.
The future! Aw, we weren't gonna riff?
I can't do accents, I'm terrible at it.
Neither can I, which is why we both could make them sound convincing if we do the same terrible accent. And it sounds normal if we both do it.
I don't think that's true.
That's the law of that's the language law.
There's enough people talking in an accent, it becomes a real accent.
I mean, aren't you subject to the Queen's rule? Isn't that like a crime?
Oh yeah, well, we wouldn't get as much trouble as English people.
I am
But,
the
like,
queen.
you know- You put a mustache
No.
on the money, you know, we could get in trouble. If they found you.
Alright, now for the worst part of the level. This is otherwise a really cool level, and then there's this stupid, tiny back... Welcome to Stilton's backyard, he's throwing a barbecue, and it's the worst barbecue ever, and it sucks, and you need to steal his
Oh
stupid
yeah, there
butt.
are dogs back here. I remember now.
Yeah.
I don't remember what's in the present.
I went through the entire mansion pretty stealthily, and then at this point I was like, F it, I'm just gonna run.
Oh, that's what's in the present.
That's a bad present.
So, we need to go to the present and get the combination here. So that we can open the room that we need to get to see the stuff that we need to do. I don't actually remember what the explanation was for us to see it. I think it was just the outsider saying, "Hey, you should see this shit."
Yeah. He met us on a piano.
There's a really cool thing we can do in this level.
Guard was protecting
Oh, I'll teach you about this part.
This is the night that things went
Go ahead.
I did it the sneak way. So you can go to the right. If you look to the right, you can go all the way around and then up the... Oh.
to a nightmare tonight.
Really, Josh?
So,
That was my
did you
time to
notice what we
shine.
just did?
By rendering
Yes,
Hey,
we changed the
All
present.
all the bloodfly stuff is gone.
Which is why this is in a separate room, because this is now... there are 3 versions of this section. One where Stilton is mad in the present, one where Stilton is sane in the present, and one in the past before the night of the summoning Delilah. Because Dowd put her in a painting. Because that's, I guess, canon.
I'm sorry I preempted you, Alex.
Well, I had a really good thought and a strategy on that one, and it was a good timing thing.
I do regret not doing this. This is
Oh
definitely
yeah, I
the
need
best
to
way
get
to
the
do
combination off of him in the past.
this. But there's dudes there.
They won't see you.
Here we go. 677.
The notebook contains Stilton's combination.
Oh, hi people.
So this begs kind of an interesting question, right? Like, did the outsider give you this as a means of giving clemency to Stilton? Like, did the outsider give this to you knowing full well that you had the potential to change his past such that he did not end up in a bad situation? Because he's way less guilty than the rest of the people that are involved in summoning Delilah.
I mean, he's not really guilty of anything at all.
He hosted their tea party. I mean,
Yeah. I didn't know they were gonna summon an ethereal witch from beyond.
I actually didn't do this in my playthrough, so this is really all new and pretty. I like this.
Returns home. I want to beat out the rugs, but the dust makes him cough.
Too many years in the
Hi guys, bye guys. Oh crap.
Just don't fit right.
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
Okay.
Between the flies
That's
and
cool.
the filth, it's getting hard to breathe around here.
Alright. We should be hidden from here. Trigger this conversation and get them to leave.
Stop crying. For once, something interesting is happening. A bunch of drunk
What do we
aristocrats are
do
having an
with
orgy. I don't
Aramis
wanna miss it.
Stilton? What do we do with Aramis
Then it's a
Stilton?
seance with spirit boards and candles. Stilton invited that eccentric lady from the Royal Conservatory, Brianna Ashworth.
Shit, I heard something. Move.
So Brianna,
Anyway,
Brianna
so because
Ashworth
we-
is the person we just depowered in the last level in the
Yep. We just
Yeah.
depowered like a month and a half ago.
No good.
you know what I mean, in the whatever those levels were.
Yep.
Gotta keep my mind on my duties.
Turn around, thank
Forget
you.
about that kiss.
Hey, who is...
Alright. Bye guys.
Take long.
Can't follow me in here.
Yeah, that is exactly what I did. And I was like, oh cool, we're in an instanced area now.
Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
So because we knocked out Stilton, he's not present for this, which means he doesn't go nuts.
And certainly beyond yours.
Yeah,
You don't have to do this
will
at all.
Any doubts?
I will say that
Now.
summoning Delilah does not seem like the sort of thing, like, it's a nod to Lovecraftian lore, but I don't feel like seeing Delilah should drive you mad.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you. Delilah is your
Yeah.
empress. You owe her this.
It is interesting that they had already turned,
I have heard her voice whispering to us.
I don't remember her name anymore, into the Crown Killer.
So take your position.
Even though this is like 3 years ago.
Hypatia.
Yeah.
That is a good memory.
Yeah, everything's weird and broken.
Well, I'm pretty fresh in the game.
You can feel her.
Well, I mean, that part was a bit ago. But...
By the star. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
That is different
Such a
than I
weird
remember
line.
that voice line sounding. Did they re-record some of the Duke's lines to sound less ridiculous?
She lives.
So this is
It seems to have worked.
kind of the immediate continuation of what happened in The Knife of Dunwall, where we effectively defeated Delilah as Dowd and locked her in a tree or murdered her.
Lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
And they re-summoned her back into the real world and basically made this into a phylactery,
Wait. You are hidden.
which is why she can't die.
I know when you are.
Oh, also she's
least
got
not yet.
outsider powers now.
And someday, I'll come for you.
Didn't she have outsider powers?
I mean, she's got powers on the level of the outsider now.
I won't ever understand all I've seen.
By the star. This is more exciting than
I don't know if it's quite that powerful, but it's up there.
Yeah. Alright, time to leave.
We're not gonna watch the rest of the summoning?
We just did.
There's some more dialogue and stuff.
No, it all reset.
It seems to have worked.
Oh,
See,
you
it's
can
just
watch
a
it
different room.
again.
Here's
and
the
again.
speech.
Relive
just
your
stay here
favorite
forever.
No, we can
moment.
leave.
My spirit is safe now, inside.
There's an alternate
oh.
history where look at that.
These guys can follow me apparently. What? You shouldn't be back here. What's going on? Alright. I don't know what just happened.
Lock him in the seance room and then he'll be stuck there forever.
You also notice that the planned expansion has gone through. What does that do?
This game is so... every level has some really smart, interesting choices.
Yeah. And, like, you'll remember all the stuff that, like, the reason the Dust District was so fucked up is because this guy disappeared and all the advocacy he did for the miners went away, but now we see that he was... now has continued to advocate for the miners because he didn't go insane. I like how he has a painting of his own office.
His apartment in Karnaka.
We're in Karnaka, although this is not an apartment. Can we meet him again? No, he's not here. Also, it's interesting to see how, like, everything has changed. Like, this used to have a piano in it, and now it's like a reception hall.
See, I didn't see any of this stuff.
Yeah, I knew
You
you
left
do
him
this.
to...
I knew you could do this. I didn't actually
kill
do
him
it.
either. Hey, buddy.
Nice.
Oh, wait. So I wonder if the Jindosh lock was put in... Like, we got this thing from the Jindosh lock, but it might just be a... It does have Jindosh on it. It might just be a mailbox. I wonder if the Jindosh lock was installed
it's Gary
after he
Jindosh.
went
It's
nuts.
a totally different Jindosh.
Gary!
Oh no! Hey, thanks, Whale Man.
Look around you. A crumbling island.
If we fall to the bottom of the void, do we die?
This one.
There is no bottom to the void.
My throat was cut 4,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, and this is
Oh,
the
we're
part
getting this.
where
This is where my life
the outsider tells us explicitly what he is.
This part of the void feels older.
He was some sort of sacrificial victim on an altar thousands of years ago.
I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the ropes only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god.
Well, that sucks for you.
Secret.
You only died and became a god.
To the void and should have been lost forever.
If you played Death of the Outsider, it's more complicated than that.
None.
I have not.
She found this place. The island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her. And she discovered a way to draw from it. Tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now. And I don't like it.
So that's why the outsider wants us to kill Delilah. Or deal with Delilah.
You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of
I
herself.
like that pose.
Inside a thing made of bones.
Very Michael
She's
Jackson.
made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah,
She looks like she's dancing with someone who vanished.
give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy. But what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
The Lambada.
While I was doing that little section, I just looked at all the
dance-off
people's
against
faces.
Delilah.
Than I imagined.
Because they're all making like really stupid idol faces.
I wish they all had stupid idol faces. That would make that section so much better.
You think he would do, like the outsider would do that? He'd like
Guys, what if the
reconstruct their
Joker
faces.
were the outsider instead?
Oh, the Joker needs to be in more things. Because he's such a complex character.
Now to meet up with Sokolov again at the skiff. After a very strange
You'll
day.
notice the Dust District is now nicer. And also this part is locked off. Interestingly, we still have this thing, which we can't use anymore.
Really, I thought maybe it's because you didn't do the other thing, but I think the outsider takes it from you at one point if you don't fix the timeline.
More air means less dusty lung.
I seem to remember him taking it from me, so that's an interesting
Lucia Pascal,
change.
right? You deserve thanks for helping the people here.
Considering who you are, I don't know whether to feel honored that you recognize me or to yell at you for propping up the Duke while he's shitting all over Serkonos.
Everybody knows who we
Who do you
are.
think I am?
I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know who you are. And I hope you're here to end Luca Abella's tyranny. Either way,
That's
we
weird,
haven't
you
been
pronounced
sitting
his
around
name
waiting for you
differently.
to clean up your mess.
Look, we're gonna write our dialogue in really awkward ways to make it work for both.
Yeah, you wonder if that was like intentional voice direction or just a slip up that nobody caught. Like, oh, are there different dialects that pronounce things differently? Probably not.
Well, no, I just meant that like whether you're Corvo or whether you're Emily, they're gonna have the same dialogue.
Something that serves everyone, not just some rapacious bastard with a title.
I know who you are. You're the person who's gonna set things right. Like, okay.
I'm gonna eat your pear.
What a world. Where even the mighty take from those who suffer.
I like how you're
That
laughing at her
began,
judgment.
For eating the pear. And thus
And that's how
began the great
revolution
rivalry
is gonna
between
start.
Emily and what's your name again? Lucia Pastor, when Emily ate her pear.